Shark at Del Mar. I'm gonna try to park around 29th Street, hit the beach, and then turn right to go north a little bit. I'm gonna use some chunky elephant croaker that I caught. I got 2 croaker all chunked up, each one made up 4 good chunks, and then I'm gonna just throw some sand crabs to pass the time. Probably that'd be the first thing I do just when I get there. I'm using some sand crabs that I caught. Half of them are boiled, half of them are not, and I put some of them in Tabasco sauce. Bill Vardy says you can use hot sauce to give them a little scent, and he said he used Taco Bell sauce, but he said you could use anything, and I just happen to have some, so it's a bit of a experiment. Just use a pretty simple setup: circle hook, wire leader, and about 18 inches above the wire leader, you got a 5-ounce pyramid sinker. It's probably not going to be enough. If that's not enough, then maybe I'll try 2 4-ounce flat sinkers, but striking out on trying to find some sinkers that I really want lately. A lot of places are picked over. It seems like not a lot of restock going on this time of year. And I'll just throw Carolina rig. I took the red bead off. Bill Marty says that Corbina can see the red bead, and so I don't have the clear bead, but I ordered it off his website. And in the meantime, I was grading my daughter's arts and crafts kit, and she had these wooden beads that are just the same size, and so I'm going to use that. It's not supposed to be up because Corbina can see the red bead. I figured if it's not clear, the color of the sand is probably the next best thing. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I also put some Tabasco sauce. I just said that, but I forget what I said before, what I need to repeat myself because my camera quit for some reason. So I'll get there, scope it out, I'll throw a 6-pound with the Carolina rig, sand crab a few times, kind of let the beach clear out a little bit before I throw the big line. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm I guess 1 for 2 in my leopard shark targeting trips, and I plan on getting there about half an hour before I plan on getting there half an hour before high tide, which is just about at sunset today. And got 2 croakers chunked up into 8 chunks total. Go through that. I have 1 other fish I could chunk up, but if I go through all that and not catch anything, it's probably time to go anyway. And if I catch something, I'll use that for sure, because this is frozen, and they like the fresh stuff better. Yeah, so this is gonna be my first time like really trying shark fishing at night, so if I catch something else too, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. And yeah, guys, I'll see you on the beach. Alright, hey guys, what's going on? So I feel I'm recording my voice and making this whole video sometime after I actually recorded what you're seeing. So you saw some notes. I changed up my tactics a little bit from talking to Bill Varney and just from learning, I suppose, but hey, we're hooked up. Pretty cool. It's really exhilarating to
see that pole go off, I use a sand spike. You could sit there and hold it. Maybe I'll do that, just so I feel the initial bite. You can hear the drag screaming. And yeah, man, this is so exciting. It's like one of the only times you get the beach all to yourselves. And this is San Diego, so you never have that opportunity. It's usually really busy. So I feel like the GoPro is not all that great at night. Maybe there's some different setting or something that I should be using when I'm filming at night, but yeah, this gets hard. I'm using a 13-foot pole.
Just lost my fishing pole in that one.
Oh yeah, so I remember this. I said I lost my fishing pole in this one. So I have another pole that I can use, and pro tip, don't stick your sand spike where the waves will wash up onto it, even just a little bit, because that will erode the sand really quickly, and next thing you know, your pole falling over. And I literally just happened to look down and I see my other fishing pole floating out to sea because of where I'm fishing. There's a current that pulls it out to sea. So luckily that reel was given to me. You know, I didn't spend money on it, and it still works even though it's submerged in salt water, though over time I'm sure it will corrode inside and all that good stuff. So that's another thing, just fishing in the surf. This is the drag. Fishing in the surf is really hard on your reel, because no matter how hard you try, you almost always get sand and salt in the reel. So you don't really need to use anything all that expensive. The rods, I mean, if it falls in the water, not a big deal. You can wipe it off, hose it off, and you get home with fresh water. And here's something else I do. I take one of those like Costco size laundry detergent things with like a little spout on it. Like you press the button and the laundry detergent comes out. Well, when that is empty, I will take that, rinse it out really well, fill up with water, and just keep it in my car. And it's great for washing the sand off your boots and your waders, your poles or whatever. It's not like the end all be all rinse. Like you still want to take stuff home and put a good rinse to it, but it's enough to take a lot of that initial salt, sand off, whatever you're rinsing off. Just keep it in the car. It lasts forever too. It's like maybe a gallon plus, probably not quite 2 gallons, I don't know, but just the way the water comes out of it, it's like just enough to make a difference, but it also conserves water. So you just saw the shark for the first time. You had me struggling. This is really hard. This is harder than it looks. Notice how I'm holding the pole horizontal when it gets this close, because if you're holding it up like how you typically would hold it, a lot of that force you're putting on the shark is trying to lift him out of the water, and you're never going to be able to do that. So you want to use the force to pull him up onto the beach, and at this point someone just needs to give up because he's really tired. I'm really tired. You got to use the waves. The waves will pull the shark back into the ocean, but they'll also push him up onto the beach if you time it right. Again, sorry you really can't see a whole lot. I can definitely see better with my eyes, and that's what's kind of deceiving about at least the camera I have, is I feel like you'd be able to see a lot more just because I can see with my eyes, but you can't. So I'm using a there you go. If I grab it, grab the tail, and then it's time to take the hook out, get him back. So I don't know if it was this time or not. Maybe I'll see, but these things are obviously pretty strong. You basically have to mount the shark to get the hook out of its mouth. And their skin is like sandpaper. You maybe remember from your childhood biology class or whatever that shark skin is like sandpaper. And yeah, see, I'm trying to flip them over, because if you flip over a shark, they say they go into like this like trance or whatever. And this guy kind of does it. Anyways, the skin is like sandpaper, and one time I was like holding the shark with my knees, and he was flailing around so much that it was like someone took sandpaper to the inside of my knees, and for like the next few days I didn't have a layer of skin on the inside of my knees. It kind of made it uncomfortable in pants walking around and things like that. So it looks like I'm having an issue getting the hook out of his mouth. I use a circle hook because they'll just hook themselves. One of the hard things is when they initially bite, you just want to run up and grab the pole and just start reeling as fast as you can. But a little bit of tactical patience is helpful. Let that circle hook do its job. He'll take the bait, run, and that circle hook will get in his mouth, and then you can start fighting the shark. A good pair of pliers is essential. That's another thing. The surf will destroy a pair of pliers. I need to do a better job of like saving a pair of pliers just for the beach. I need to like write on them or something, because the cutting part that you use to cut the line will start to get dull just in the sand. The sand just destroys everything. So I think that was a female shark. It didn't have the claspers on it, if you just saw it real quick. So these give live birth. I forget how many at a time, but they do give live birth. Extremely common. So I'm really struggling at this point. So again, this is like one of the, you heard when I was driving the car, it's like one of the first few times I've done this. I should have just cut the hook or whatever. I'm sure there'll be people out there telling me how wrong I'm doing this, which is great. Shark, let me go. Definitely a female. You don't see the claspers. So yeah, I just gotta cut this hook. The circle hook will get in their jaw really well. I mean, it's almost like that thing goes through like a bone type structure, and you just can't get it out. Just cut the hook out. The hook will rust out. So that's, I guess, the positive thing about, you know, the corrosive nature of the ocean is that it will just rust the hook out, and the shark will be fine. He's just, or she, I suppose, is a little surprised at this live action going on. My best night ever was 3, all of this size. Everyone I catch at night is basically this class of fish. They're essentially all keepers, keeper being 3 feet, and I let the shark go. She swam off fine. I'm tired. Bring water. There's my setup. Bring a comfortable chair, and there's probably better techniques or other techniques out there to how to catch these things. But again, I don't use a wire leader anymore. The circle hook does a really good job, and as you saw, I had a pyramid sinker on there. I typically, on average, using something between 5 or 6 ounces, and it's really hard to cast as far as you need to. So if you need to find current that is pulling the bait out, the further out you can get, the better. But that reel only has about 200 yards of line on it between the top shot of mono and the braid. But yeah, so that's just another one. Fun thing to do if you want to catch something big and you don't like to sleep. Go leopard shark fishing. It's cheap, doesn't take getting in the boat, and they're everywhere. You can eat them. I still have some in my freezer. I've only kept one, and yeah. All right, thanks for watching. Remember, kill something, drag it back to your cave, and eat it. See ya.